two great presenters today. We have Jim from McCain, and we have Chris Simpson from Affinity.
Making old new again. Potatoes, French fries. How can you go wrong? They're the #1 kid's favorite vegetable. They're commodity eligible. They're bakeable. They're smart snack compliant. And let's face it, when you serve potatoes, your participation goes up. Kids love them. So we have 46 commodity eligible items, and this sheet here highlights the 10 most popular. And I'd like to start with the ones on the left side. We have what we call our crispy bakeable line. They have a savory red batter on it, and that savory red batter is going to bake up crispy. It's going to have excellent hold time. And the reason schools love it is they can serve it K through 12. There's enough seasoning on there that the older kids go, hey, it's a seasoning. I want seasoned fries. I like seasoned fries. But it's not overpowering for the K through 5 and the younger kids. So these are 4 fries that you truly can serve K through 12. We got districts that call them their system fries because they use it across their entire system. And those are the 4 items on the left. We have a crinkle cut, we have a steak cut, we have a wedge cut, and we have a crinkle cut. And again, everything I'm going to talk about today is in stock in all GF houses, and it's also on every one of the HPS bids. So these are items that you can buy today, and knock on wood, you should be able to get them. All right, now the other item on the left side, the one on the bottom, the Ore-Ida reduced sodium tater tots, that's one of 2 items that we are still struggling with, the chopped and formed items. We've got tots and we've got hash brown rounds that are on the other column to the right in the middle. Those items are still going to be, it's going to be almost a miracle if you get them before December 1st. We are producing, we are building inventory, and the light at the end of the tunnel is December 1st. So if you had reduced sodium tater tots on your menu in the past and you haven't been able to get them, and if you've had the McCain hash brown rounds on your menu and you haven't been able to get them, December 1st is the date where we estimate we should ship 100% on all orders. So feel free putting them back in your menus December, and then of course second semester. So the reduced sodium tater tots are on the bottom left. It's the only smart snack compliant tater tot on the market. So if you've got a la carte and you want to serve potatoes on your a la carte line, those tater tots would be an excellent way to do it. And actually, every product on this page is smart snack compliant, and you could run it on a la carte for additional revenue. Now on the right side, the top 2 items, the smiles and the emoticons, they've been around for a while. They are still student favorites. And I was at a show last week, and we were talking about smiles with a high school district. And I was talking to her, and she said, well, my kids wouldn't like that. They're too old. They don't think that the smiles, they wouldn't like that. And another district happened to walk by, and they were a high school district as well. And they said, oh, no, I served those to my high school kids the other day, and they absolutely loved them. It's a nostalgia thing. They go, I remember these. I love these things. So the smiles are still around. And the keynote here is, don't be afraid to serve them to your high school kids. They will eat them. So the smiles and the emoticons, both in stock at all GFS houses. The next item on the list is the hash brown rounds. I talked about them a little bit already. They're going to have challenges until December 1st. Our chopped and formed items, it's going to be December 1st. Now the next item on the list on the right is the chopped and seasoned roasted potatoes. There are rosemary garlic seasoning on those. You can overbake them, you can underbake them, you can satellite them, you can use them breakfast, lunch, dinner, catering. They're probably my favorite item that we make just because of their versatility. Everything on this page, everything else on this page, we want you to bake up crispy, we want it to be crispy. The deli roasters, they're not necessarily meant to be crispy. You can overbake them, underbake them, you can satellite them, and I like them just because of their versatility. And if you use this product and you know when you're baking them, the entire kitchen fills with the aroma of rosemary and garlic. It's a great smell. It's a great product. Kids love it. You can load it up. We're going to talk about some recipe ideas here in a minute, but that particular chopped and seasoned roasted potato is my favorite item that we make. And then the last item I want to talk about, our power products, is the reduced sodium frozen mashed. Now, this frozen mash comes in a pouch. It's about the size of a small book. You can steam it, or you can boil it in a bag. And it's truly a heat and eat product. We've got a lot of schools that use it because it's labor saving. There's no mixing of water. It's total consistency every single time. And again, commodity eligible, smart snack compliant. And if you're going to have a bowl concept, you really need a reduced sodium mash to be your base. And we've got a good one. And again, commodity eligible, smart snack compliant. So those are our 10 old items. I'm using my quotes here. You can't, my quote fingers here. You can't see me, but they're old items, but they're great. They still work. They drive participation. They're the #1 kids' favorite vegetable. And they're in stock at all GFS houses and on the HPS bid. Now we're going to have, again, like I said before, we're going to have some issues till December 1 on the chopped and formed items, the tots and the hash brown rounds. But everything else you should be able to get. And if for some reason you go in and you try to order and they're not available, just keep trying. It's not something that we have. It's just, there's been some spot temporary shortages, but the long-term outlook, the long-term outlook going forward on all of these items is excellent. And we anticipate by December 1st, there won't be any shortages on any of our items. So that's our 10 power products, our most popular school item. This is what we call our savory battered sweet potato. It's GFS reorder number 817730. It has a savory batter on it. It's going to bake up crispy. It's going to have excellent hold time. And this is a sweet potato fry your kids will eat. So if you're looking for something to try, if you're looking for some alternative to your red orange vegetable, give this one a try. Your kids will eat it. So what I want to do now is go out to our website. It's McCain, the number 4 schools, McCain4schools.com. And when you get there, does everybody see this webpage?
Yep.
Tori, can you see it?
Yep.
Awesome. We've got a lot of stuff on this webpage, and if you've never been to it before, I suggest going out there and giving a few minutes to look around. But today, I want to look at some recipe ideas. We have what's called a K-12 recipe hub, and I'm going to click into that. And I'm going to show you these recipes are not McCain recipes that we've came up with. These are recipes that were created and submitted by school directors. So they were popular items and things that people have done with the McCain items that we know work, because all of these were submitted by directors. So if you look here in the K-12 recipe hub, and I sure hope that this is, you guys can see this.
I can see the recipe. Oh, yep, there they go.
All right, I must have good signal right now. So these, again, these are director submitted recipes, and they're available at McCain4schools.com. And they all use a McCain fry as the base. This particular first one here, this roast corn and red onion, uses our red potato, which is, again, it's not on the sheet of the 10 I showed you before, but it is an item that's in stock at GFS and is on the HPS bid. So I'm not showing you anything on here that you guys can't get and try yourselves, because on the HPS bid, every single item that we make that's commodity eligible, you guys can get. And I would say that 90% of them are in stock at most all GFS houses. So everything you see on this sheet, you should be able to get at GFS. So if you've never been out to this site before, you're looking for something to do with tots or the deli roasters or something else, again, these are director submitted recipes, and you can feel free to click into any one of them and get all the instructions and the nutritionals. This one over here, this Mega Melt, this uses our roasted red skin potatoes again. It's like a casserole. It's delicious. We've got tot recipes. We've got bowl recipes. We've got breakfast recipes. It's worth your time if you're looking for something new to serve with your fries. So again, McCainforschools.com and go to the recipe hub.
Thank you again, Jim. That was great.
All right, I
And
appreciate
now,
it. Thank you all.
thank you. And now we have Chef Chris from Affinity.
Hello, everybody. Okay, so I'm from Affinity Group, broker, formerly Michaels and Associates, and I thought about making old new again and where I could go with that. And I thought, well, I could get a leisure suit out and part my hair down the middle, and then I realized I haven't had either one of those things since the late 70s, so I decided to skip that and would just go right into this. These are a number of the manufacturers that we represent. A lot of pictures up there you're going to recognize: Ajinomoto, Azteca, Kellogg's, of course, Hidden Valley Kitchens with the ranch, and Smithfield. And then there's a bunch that we're going to be seeing right now. Whoop. So like I said, we were Michaels and Associates. Now we're Affinity Group, which gives us a national presence across the entire country, so we can bid on national contracts such as Kellogg's. But here locally, each state in the Midwest here has a director, and I'm the director for just Michigan. As some of you know, I was across all the region for a long time, and I backed down and just taken just Michigan. So you may know some of these names out there. Other names that you probably know are Pete Deloche and Wes Semmelbauer, Lisa down in Ohio, and Wayne, Jules, Jody, Bob, and Rudy over in Illinois. So all the same great people. We're going to start with Father's Table. Father's Table is a great company. I like their story behind it, the 50% profits to charity, and that's true. I mean, the first check they write every month goes to charity, and a lot of people say, well, how does it impact me? Well, they do a lot of local charity work as well as national and international work, which is all important. So it's a great foundation. It's a good company to work for. We'll start off with the Little Bites. There's been a lot of buzz about the cheese and pepperoni bites. This is basically a knockoff of the Totino's pizza rolls. And how many microwaves have Totino's in them after school? I don't even want to begin to count. But it's been reformulated. We pulled back from the 1 ounce and took it down to a 0.75, made the crust a little thinner. We improved the fill rate into each one, a higher percentage of fill rate. Truly, an honest to God knockoff of Totino's. So this is great in schools. This is great if you have to pack them and send them home. They can be used across the board. And then we have the corn masa nacho bites. Bean and cheese in this item, which leaves it as a vegan item, and it also is a corn masa crust, which is naturally gluten-free. So you have those two products. This is a half-ounce product, so 8 of them will give you 2 and 2. Then we have the Dunker bars, and everybody knows the Dunker bars. We're using them all over the footprint here. And it's funny the way they divide up. You have the triple berry, which kind of tastes like Fruit Loops, and the little kids love those. The cherry apple crunch bars seem to go really well in middle school and high school. And then the oldest kids and adults really like the lemon crunch bars. These are a great item, 2 grains, and they offer a 60-day ambient shelf life. They will come in frozen, but you can put them right in your storeroom and you'll be safe. We also have some smart snacks and the triple chocolate cookie. This is a dense chocolate cookie that just has chocolate upon chocolate in it, and it's got a great flavor, and kids are loving it. We can also go into the Cocoa Bites, which is like a cookie dough. And no, it's not raw cookie dough. It's just engineered so it has that same tender bite to it. And again, these items can be held ambient, the chocolate cookie for 30 days and 60 days on the bites. Ultra Loco bread. Great product, very versatile. You can use it as a pizza crust, doing personal pan pizza. You can cut them up and use them in bento boxes and in Lunchables. They fold up really nice for a nice sandwich, so you can do a wrap sandwich in them, a lot like Subway has with their flatbread. Good. And then the personal pan bread. This made it into the slide, and I'll tell you right up front, we don't have any stocking of it in our footprint yet, but hopefully we'll see that in the future. And then supply and inventory. Father's Table has sufficient supply. They have supply and ingredients, they have supply and packaging, and they're willing to make any amount of products you want. Again, I have to, and I say this all the time, is forecasting and forecasting and forecasting. Letting GFS know how much you need, how often you'll need it, is going to be the best way to make sure that they have the product in-house for you. This slide here also shows at what DCs each item is stocked in, and when you get this this PowerPoint in your email, there is a QR code that you can click, and it'll take you right to a full sheet and show everything on this presentation, as well as all our other lines and where they're stocked as well. Cavendish Farms. Cavendish Farms, people automatically think, well, it's a Canadian company, and then we have to do the Buy American and the paperwork. Well, Cavendish Farms has a huge plant in North Dakota that makes hundreds of thousands of pounds of French fries. And that's where all the French fries for K-12 come from, is out of North Dakota. So you don't have to deal with any of the paperwork for, being in Canada. It's a great company. They've been around since the 80s. They produce a large amount of products, and they do process commodity bulk white potatoes. The first item here on the left is the low sodium straight cut clear coat fry. This is a great tasting fry with a good coating, helps remain crisp and hot for a long time, and it's very low in sodium, only 120 milligrams to a half cup serving. So a great fry that you can do other things too. So chili cheese fries, cheesy fries, smothered fries, poutines you can make out of it and not have to worry about the entire recipe being out of whack with your sodium. We also have the clear coat 3/8 inch fry, another crispy fry that holds flavor well, and the hash brown patty. They have good stock now, but chunked and formed potatoes, as Jim said, is an issue across the board for all potato producers. And so, like I say, we have it now. I can't guarantee we'll have it later. The other two fries we have is the shoestring 1/4 inch, a nice long potato cut. It gives you great plate coverage. It looks like a big pile of fries on your plates, remains crisp forever. And then we have our Flavor Crisp seasoned and diced potato. Great buttery taste, good texture, a nice seasoning in it, herbs. It kind of reminds me of almost a ranch seasoning on it. So as I said earlier, some options for fries to bring them instead of just a side dish, to make them part of the entree, is, chili cheese fries. Just plain cheesy fries with sauce or baked shredded cheese on it. A poutine, shredded cheese, gravy, French fries. Take your fries, throw a little bit of smoked pork or smoked chicken on them. And again, we have stocking across the footprint, some areas more than others. And again, the low sodium fry, that second one down, is a great product. Good supplies, should not have a problem keeping you in stock, except for that chunk and form problem. ES Foods, a great company, has been doing school food service, and that's really all they do since the late 90s. They do process commodity American cheese and mozzarella. We have breakfast. The breakfast kits that we have will take care of 3 of the 4 requirements for breakfast for a reimbursable meal. Basically, you're adding milk to it. Here's stocking that we have at GFS. These are all cereal kits for breakfast. And no fuss, no muss. There are several other codes that are set up as special order codes. You can check with your CDS and see if that's available to you. But we do have a lot of stock. They currently do have plenty of product on hand. And because they repack and they put products that other manufacturers use into their line, there have been some outages from a juice company or another cereal company or something, but they've been able to refill and get back up to snuff in short order. For lunch, within the footprint, we have 3 hot items that are going really well. The crispy grilled sandwich, this one is an individually wrapped product in a Mylar wrap, so it can go right into the oven, right into the warmer, holds up very, very well. And then we do a creamy mac and cheese. Currently, we're just in Kenosha with this, but it does process commodity cheese, and you can kick that up a little bit by throwing some smoked chicken in it, some sausage in it, and make a little fun dish and something beyond the normal mac and cheese, like kids are going to see in barbecue restaurants that they're probably frequenting. And then we have the ciabatta melt. This is a great artisan piece of bread that is sliced open, so you have the crust all the way around, which on ciabatta is really the best part of the ciabatta. We're using an American black cheese in it. This one is bulk. It's not individually wrapped, but entrees, bakes up in the oven quick, holds very well. Supply is good. 3 to 6 weeks lead time, depending on the item. Into distribution, they have like I say, a number of things they repack. So we're always keeping an eye on that, and the extra things in the packaging, like the fork and napkin packets and stuff, are a problem sometimes, but apparently we have truckloads of those waiting in our parking lot to be packed. Again, the biggest thing you can do is let your distributor know how much you're going to use, when you're going to use it, and when you want it. Red Gold tomatoes. Everybody knows Red Gold in the Midwest. It's a great tomato company. They process with tomato paste, bulk tomato paste, actually every item that they make for school does draw down your commodity tomatoes. Good products, well packaged, ready to go. Start with ketchup. Ketchup comes in many forms, obviously. We can do dunk cups, we can do packets, we can do cans, we can do bulk packs, there's jug pumps, and it's there. And the numbers speak for themselves. The amount of ketchup that this country goes through is crazy. And what makes our ketchup so great is, if you look there, all these tomatoes are grown in our backyard. And traveling this summer, I wish I had a penny for every tomato in the trucks that I passed that were going down to be processed into paste for ketchup, because they come from all over the Midwest, down into Indiana, to be made paste. Cups, we have dunk cups, and dipping cups that everybody uses with salsa, marinara, and ketchup. They come in several different sizes. We stock a lot of them. It looks like a lot of different products there, but some of those are case packs, so they change up a little bit. And PCs. We pack a lot of PCs in all our products. We do 5 different ketchup products. We do a jalapeno ketchup. On top of that, we do the sriracha ketchup as well as sriracha sauce. And we have the cups. And there's a list of all the PCs and cups and where they're stocked at. If you're looking at trying to cut some cost, using the ketchup dunk cups as opposed to packets, because 3 packets equals a dunk cup, and a dunk cup costs less than 3 packets. But it does give you the chance to be able to have your condiments as a portable item, and they can take it on the run with them. Cans, bags, and jugs, oh my. All our products come in several different formats. Obviously, the dunk cups and the PCs and the packets are good, but they come in bulk packs. We have pumps, we have cans, we have volume bags, we have bags of marinara, salsa come in bags, salsa comes in cans, and there really is a cost savings, and this chart on the left will let you know that. You can save up to a nickel a portion in some cases. And remember, using your commodity dollars, putting that tomato product into your entrees and stuff is going to save you some money because it's all commodity food. Supply and inventory. We have great supply on all products. Our issue is with the dunk cup, the 1 ounce dunk cup barbecue and marinara, is that is the same line that fills the ketchup dunk cups. And if they stop producing ketchup dunk cups, then the entire line has to be broken down, everything cleaned, and then they can produce the barbecue and the marinara. And to go back to ketchup, they have to do the same thing. And it's like a 2-day process. So instead of stopping processing ketchup, they have the marinara and barbecue sauce in a limited supply. They're still out there. It's not completely gone, but it is a limited supply until probably spring of 2022. But again, in bulk formats, we have plenty. I was looking at commodity reports, and people who are using marinara by the can 2 years ago at, say, 20 cases a month are using 3 or 4 cases a month now because everything's going into cups for them. A couple of quick mentions. Ajinomoto, elfin loaves, the little banana and blueberry elfin loaves. They have great supply. They're increasing their production because they know that this item is a red hot item and flying off the shelves. So there's plenty there. Whole grain cheese ravioli, 3 pieces will give you 2 meat and 1 grain. Good supply on it. There's been a couple of spotty outages, but they recover quickly, and the delays are very short. Dole Food Service, Dole fruit cups, and we're using a lot of fruit cups these days. They've come out with 2 new fruit cups, mango fruit bowl and a papaya mango fruit bowl. Both are very good. I will have samples at the show this weekend. If you want to see them, if you like samples, just reach out to me or any of my Affinity colleagues, and we will get you those samples as soon as possible. Wrapping up, I mentioned a couple times forecasting. It's needed now more than ever, and it doesn't affect me in my daily job so much, but what it really affects is yourselves. Because if we're not letting our GFS partner know how much we need, when we'll need it, how often we'll need it, then they can't plan and they can't get the product in-house to be able to sell it to you. And we don't want to leave that up to an analyst who doesn't understand our business, who will only bring in half the amount that's really needed. So there is a link here and a QR code that you can scan, and you'll get POS on all these items that I spoke of today, as well as our full listing of stock GFS items. And that's the end of my show.
Thank you so much, Chris. That was awesome.